UFC Apex here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening and welcome to UFC Fight Night.
Hi, baby. I'm crazy.
Oh my God!
One and done! That did not take long! There it is, that's a nice combo. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Slavakos Vyacheslav Borshov!
Winner by unanimous decision, Zachary Savage Reed!
Marshall. Big right hand. Late in the second round. He's picking up. Oh, huge right.
Oh, something happened. Something happened. Some ground and pound. Mershart fights his way out of it.
Chabazian is in deep waters.
What a comeback. That is now the record-setting middleweight finish.
Wow.
There it is. Hitting elbow. Turns the tables quickly. Repeated right from the ground, and Michael Morales still undefeated. Recent Panoply is out. Myron Santos is your Ultimate Fighter winner in show-stopping fashion.
We're gonna stop it. We got 3 minutes. Keep doing it. 3 minutes. Stop.
Seconds left.
Oh, he's still wobble. His foot's not all the way there. Oh, yeah, I lost it.
It is.
Oh, slip.
About 10 minutes.
You know who I want next. I beat only what 2 times already. You already beat Sean. You already beat Adesanya. You already beat all these guys. So drink to blessing. Get your ass over here. Or South Africa in the fighting net. I'm coming for you, boy.
No mai hoki mai ki UFC on Sky ko Ravinda Hunia tōku ingoa. We're back in studio after 4 weeks and joining me, co-host Dan Hooker. Kia ora e hoa.
I'm back, baby. Holiday's over.
Holiday is over. Look, first of all, I think I speak for the entire nation when I say congratulations on your win at UFC 305. It was such a long build-up, looking for the opponent, Tamir, and then you got the job done.
Yeah, I love it when a terrible plan comes together, you know? No, go, like, that's what you want. That's, yeah, I'm happy with how it all played out.
Yeah, you should be.
A few more cuts and scars, but hey, it comes with the territory.
Yeah. Look, here's the pick of you.
Look at that!
Celebrating.
Look at that beautiful man right there.
Yep, the pink hair kicking in as it usually does now with your
4 different eyes,
all blinking. But yeah, look, describe that feeling, because fighting a top, in the top 5, Gamrot, a very worthy opponent, and you getting the job done. How was that feeling for you to get it done?
Yeah, like people always think that you're going to be over the moon and excitement and stuff like that, but it's more than anything after like a big win, it's just like a sense of relief because you put so much time and so much energy and so much effort into like achieving that moment right there. And there's just like an overwhelming sense of like, oh, thank goodness, like, because it can go so much worse, you know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things. You might touch gloves, first punch, you wake up staring at the lights and knock flatline, you know what I mean? And you're sitting out for the next year, or you see it in guys like fights like Fazeev, throw a kick, tear ACL, like things can happen like that in the sport. Like it's just a constant risk of you might be sitting out for the next 2 years from something that happens in a fight. So overwhelming sense of relief.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, after the fight, we were joking about this off camera, how you don't do press conferences after the fights, because you're always in the ambulance off to the hospital.
We're trying to think back to it, and I was like, maybe 4 years?
Yeah.
So I'll be sitting there one day at a post-fight press conference going, wow.
Yeah. This is what it's like.
I was like, not in the back of an ambulance. I was like, check this out.
Because we were told straight after the fight, you know, you're not to have interviews. Don't give him anything. You were asking for things. Don't give him asking for beers. Don't give him anything.
Well, I
Don't
didn't
talk
see
to him.
myself. I didn't know it was that bad. I was like, and then
You weren't looking at the big screen.
Yeah, they were like, get straight into the ambulance, and I was just like, saw myself, and I was like, ooh. I saw myself in like the reflection of a mirror, and I was like, I understand. I understand the concern now.
Well, now we have the chance to actually talk to you and get your thoughts on the fight. Looking back in hindsight, it's been a couple of weeks now. So, I mean, you went in obviously with a game plan, knowing the type of fighter that Gamrot was. You said that he would bring no surprises to you, but you know, how was Gamrot as an opponent for you?
Yeah, like I thought the fight would play out one or two ways. I was saying that leading in, and it's if he's able to manage this to get me down, then it will be me working and scrambling back to my feet. But it's straight after you get back to your feet, you got to get in the guy's face, because he's looking to just wrestle, get that top position, that control time on top, and then once you scramble back to your feet, like a lot of guys try to manage distance again and give him space, but that obviously gives him a chance to. It's very hard to wrestle for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's very hard to constantly shoot and grab someone and squeeze. There's a lot of lactate building up in your muscles. So to get on top and hold you down, if you let him rest and recover at distance and start again, it's like, well, then he's just going to shoot and repeat that same cycle and process until he wins a decision. So it's like, once I did work and scramble back to my feet, you got to get straight back into his face, straight back, like pressuring him and not allow him to like rest. And you can see the result of that as the fight progressed. You know, it's like it becomes harder for him to shoot, it becomes harder for him to hold me down and get any kind of solid control time.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like the third round where he's just shooting takedowns and he doesn't even have the energy and like he hasn't even recovered enough to even finish a takedown at that point.
Yeah, he was starting to scramble a bit himself. It looked like he was holding onto your ankle for dear life at one point, just trying to get you down to the ground. Do you think that was a deciding factor of getting the decision win?
I don't fight for points. That's of no concern to mine as the fight progresses. It's like, mate, the way you score it. They raise my hand at the end, I win. Like how they score the fight is completely not a concern of mine.
Yeah. Well, he came out the back. Obviously, we saw when you came around and you went to see the medic straight after the fight, but Gamrot came out as well, and he was peed off, to put it lightly, and he walked over and it looked like he was going to pick up one of those little trolley things that Conor McGregor threw a few years ago. He had his hands on it and he was ready to, and he was yelling and screaming, and then he just let it go and walked off, and he was absolutely fuming. So obviously didn't agree with the decision at the time.
Couldn't care less, mate. Couldn't care less, mate. The previous 15 minutes to try and sort that out.
Yeah. Well, again, congratulations, and it puts you, man, you're in the top 5. Only took 10 years to work your way up to the top and crack the top 5. But now, you know, all the questions are, what's next for Dan Hooker? Because now you've got, you know, the best at the top to kind of pick from? Or what are you leaning towards in terms of who's next for you?
Oh, couldn't care less again.
Yeah.
Like, that's all. Like, regardless of what happens next, there's some very cool options out there, and I know. Regardless of that, it's a very big fight. But obviously, eyes are on the belt, and it looks like one more, and then you get a title shot. Whether they sort that Arman and Islam fight out, and then I fight Charles Oliveira. That looks like the most likely option to happen. Yeah,
Charles Oliveira is obviously, he's sitting at number 2 in the division right now, so that puts you. That's a great little jump for you if you to knock him out. Yeah, another sexy little number next to his name.
Yeah. Like you're one fight off a title shot. Like Charles Oliveira is who, you know, I think my management is looking for, just because the title fight's locked in. Islam's injured at the moment, so that's moved that fight a bit further down the road. But Arman Islam, that's for the title, and then winner of me and Charles fights the winner of that. Yeah.
So what kind of time frame are you looking at, or do you not have too much say about time frames?
from what I heard, that title fight's in December, so to run it back in December is like a good amount of time off, easing my way back into training over the next couple of weeks, and then just jump straight back into camp. Like, that looks like the most likely option.
Nice. There's a big, I think the New York card's been announced for, is it November or December?
Yeah, November.
Yeah, November's that one, so exciting times ahead. Look, another little cheeky thing you did too was post a photo of yourself wearing the BMF title belt, so, you know.
That's cool, but like, obviously Holloway is fighting Topuria who wants to get like his belt back, but like the sport can change so quickly, like injuries happen. It's like Arman gets injured, well, I'm the next guy in line for the title shot in December. Like, that's just the sport. But the same thing, like Topuria gets injured and they need to replace that title fight. It's like, well, I'll step in and fight Max for the BMF. It's like Chandler gets injured, or McGregor chooses to fight me over Chandler. Then I'll obviously step in there. So, but I just know whatever happens next is going to be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and that's the exciting thing about this division. We say it quite often, how the lightweight division is the deepest in the UFC, and then you've got this crossover. So Max is what, number 9 in the lightweight division. He's number 1 in the featherweight division. I think maybe number 2. So the options there are all like this.
I got options.
Great place to be. But again, congratulations. And look, speaking of the featherweight division, we were able to catch up with Alexander Volkanovski over in Perth, who said that there were things happening on the boil for him at the moment about his future.
Spicy.
And yes, very spicy. So let's see what Alexander Volkanovski has to say about his future with his next future opponent. Look, obviously the featherweight division, this fight's coming up with Ilia Topuria, Max Holloway. I wanted to first get your thoughts on that.
Yeah. So I was obviously aware of that earlier on. I told them I wanted the break, as I've been having. So I wanted to fight probably later in the year, and they said they might be doing that. And I thought it would have been a little bit earlier, but it ended up being at a date where I was like, I could have maybe come back here, but you know, so everything's probably going to get pushed back a couple months further than I probably would have liked. But at the same time, you know, I can be active and just fight anybody, or I can just wait for the title. You know, what gets me out of bed, just a contender fight at featherweight, is probably going to be hard. Look, I love to be active, but at the same time, I need the right fights. It's easy to be active and get the right fights while you're champion, because everyone's a defender. You're defending against the number 1 contenders. Very, very easy to stay active and have important fights. But me just taking a fight just to stay busy just doesn't make sense.
And again, also a lot like Israel Adesanya and what he's been doing in the middable division.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, definitely.
So can we expect to see you taking on the winner of that fight?
Yeah, for sure. That's exactly what's happening. It's like I can wait. If I don't want to wait, I can do something else, or just wait. You know, and you know, the UFC have made that clear, and obviously that's probably what I'm going to do. I could have maybe done a lightweight fight. I think there's a lot of exciting fights there, but you know, the UFC aren't big fans of floating. They go, look, you want to go to a lightweight? You're going to have to probably stay there. That's the only thing, and then I might lose that featherweight title shot. You know what I mean? So. It just, so I might just have to wait that. It's only a couple of months. I'm sure I'll be fine.
And who do you expect to see in that fight, Ilia or Max? Who will you meet?
Well, look, who would I rather fight? Obviously, Ilia's got that one over me. I want that back. But at the end of the day, I want that belt back as well. So, and who do I think's going to win? Probably Max. But again, it's a tough fight. Look, Ilia's got some hands on him. You know, he's not easily shook. He's going to come forward. He's going to be looking for the finish the whole way through that fight. But I think Max is just going to be able to, like, you know, just do a little bit too much for him the whole way and not get hit. And even if he does get hit, I think Max has got that chin that we all know about. So I think it's just going to be a little bit too much for Ilia. But if Ilia walks through him, he's proven himself. And but then I'm just going to take it back off him anyway.
Win-win.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much for speaking with us, and we can't wait to see you back in action later on in the year.
No worries, I can't wait either. See you then.
Kia ora, kia koe, Alexander Volkanovski, and can't wait to see you back in action in the future. And look, talking of teammates, Dan, you weren't the only one on UFC 305. We had Kai Kara-France, Israel Adesanya. Kai Kara-France obviously getting that amazing knockout win, and Israel Adesanya, you know, falling short of his. I just want to get your, you know, feedback about how the boys were after their fights as well.
No, so I got me. That was the quickest trip to the hospital I've ever been on. Hour door-to-door scan, everything sweet, nothing broken. I'm out in one piece. Stitch me back together.
Nice, Perth.
So it was good. Yeah, hour in and out. Then I went straight back to the hospital, straight back to my hotel. Bumped into Israel, went up to his room, had a couple whiskeys, and he was fine. Yeah. You know what I mean? I hadn't seen the fight. I still haven't. Didn't see obviously heard about the result and stuff like that. But yeah, it's not a concern of mine how the fight went. Just make sure my friend's all right. But he's in good spirits. He's just been on a trip back to his home in Nigeria, seeing family there, seeing the side switches. Yeah, he looks refreshed and he's in good spirits. Kai, who cares? He's knocked the bloke out. He's rich.
Yeah. He's rich.
Of course he's good.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's on cloud nine. But when you say that about Israel being okay, I felt the same way. Like, it kind of makes people, you know, who are like from New Zealand and wanted him to wholeheartedly win, feel a bit better about it too, seeing him in those spirits, which was quite, I don't know, it made me feel a bit...
Yeah, he knows the game. Like, he's had over 100 fights. Like, he knows that things can happen. You get distracted for a few seconds and the fight can completely change. And it's just one of those things that happen.
Yeah. And the exciting thing too for Kai Kara-France is how we're talking about, you know, your positioning after your one being in the top 5 now. Kai Kara-France, I mean, obviously Steve Usyk was ranked lower than him, but Steve Usyk having fought Pantoja, having a title fight means that, you know, Kai is back in those talks after his long setback as well. So, I mean, the future is bright for Kai, and he's not just winning fights, he's winning them.
Yeah, especially in that division, to get a big knockout like that, to completely flatline someone is not that common. So Kai's got a few of those. He's probably got the best highlight reel coming up in the flyweight division. So I'd be surprised if Kai didn't. I'd be surprised if Kai's next fight wasn't a title fight.
Yeah. See, and that is an exciting thing to think about. And look, we're going to go down memory lane a bit because we like to take a bit of credit. When you actually drilled him here, like, who are you going to fight next, bro? And Kai said here on the show that he wanted to fight Steve Usyk, and that went Gomburgers, and now we know the result. But here's a look back at his journey, and hopefully a title fight is pretty much imminent.
Kia ora. I just wanted to come on here and give you guys an update. So unfortunately, I've had to withdraw from my next fight in Sydney, Australia, UFC 293. I suffered a concussion over the weekend at training. I'm gutted that I won't be a part of this card. It's been a tough week with my second son being born, as well as me pulling out of this fight. Mixed emotions, frustrated, but I've just got to focus on the positives and just spend time with my loved ones. So I appreciate the ongoing support, and we'll be back soon. Much love.
Steve Usyk here. I'm very excited to announce I'll be fighting on UFC 301 for the UFC Flyweight title. I'm very excited to showcase my skills, super grateful for the opportunity, and I can't wait to bring the belt back home to Perth, Western Australia.
Were you surprised that the UFC matched this fight?
I think first thing make him fight for the title is very lucky, you know, because I'm already beat the guys in the front line, or Rival, Erceg, like I say, Erceg is lucky, you know, because we don't have a name to give to me to fight.
I have lots to lose. This is my dream. I've been pushing for a long time to get to here, so I feel like there's just as much pressure on me as there is on him.
Gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Lightweight Championship of the world.
Today, co-host and UFC Lightweight Dan Hooker and UFC Flyweight Kai Kara-France.
You have said Perth, which is 15 weeks away. Who would you like to see in Perth?
I feel like Steve would be a great dance partner. Somewhere close to home. He's from Perth. To get to the title, you want to fight the guys that just fought for the title, and that's the pathway. So yeah, if he wants to get it, Steve Usyk, let's settle it in Perth, and let's do it for the Anzacs.
August 17th in Perth. Now it's official.
What was it about Steve that really sort of made you want to come back against him? And also, what are your thoughts on the big sort of splash that he's made so far in the UFC?
Steve did well in his last fight against Pantoja for the title. I even messaged him after and I said, I thought you won. You should be proud of that performance. So, yeah, there's no bad blood. But I want to fight the best guys. And, you know, Steve's right up there. Showed, you know, he belongs and arguably won that fight against Pantoja. So I'm in a great place mentally, physically, emotionally, just ready to get back to work and remind everyone why I'm one of the best flyweights in the world.
I've watched him over the years. He does a lot of things really well. He does some things not so well, and I'm looking to implement things I do well against the things he doesn't do so well.
Let the better man win and put on a show for Perth.
It's going to be fireworks, and I'm ready to show them that there's levels to this, and I'm the veteran. I've got the experience, so I'm going to have to use it, use my wit, use my strategy, and come out there and take them out.
With your crystal ball, how do you see the fight playing out?
I know it's your hometown boy, but I'm knocking him out and getting my title shot. So the next 5 years, I see myself winning this flyweight world title, defending it, and finishing on top. Fight week, the travel, media, pressure, I just go towards it and I welcome it. Just excited, just to have the whole team here. We roll deep, 30 of us, you know, coaches, cornerman, teammates. So it just shows you the kind of brotherhood and I guess camaraderie that we have at City Kickboxing. When one goes to war, we all go to war, and that's what it's been like for this camp.
Flyweight division, Kai Don't Blink Front versus Steve Astro Boy Urseg. Official weight 125 and a half for the Kiwi, Kai Front.
The switch has been flipped, the mana mode has been activated, and I'm just proud to be on this world stage, proud to represent my people, and I'm going to do them proud.
Fighting out of Auckland, New Zealand,
round knockout for this man.
Hey, Don't Blink! Declaring the winner by TKO! Don't Blink!
I'm here with Kai Front. Welcome back to the octagon, my friend. After some time away to come back and fight like that, you seem emotional. What are you thinking right now?
Man, just to get back here, a year ago, I had to take time away, you know, time to reevaluate, reflect, and balance all my other priorities. But with the best team in the world, City Kickboxing, this is what we love and this is what we do best.
You are a flyweight, man. You are not supposed to have 13 first-round finishes. How are you knocking people out like that at this weight class?
It's because I'm Māori, bro, that's why.
Aotearoa, obviously very proud of you as well. Kai, it's been a year that I don't think you'll want to forget because you've probably taken a lot of lessons out of it, battling a concussion, your mahi with the Warriors, your whānau and all of that, and to get to the end of it like this, and now, this isn't even in the end of it. It feels like this is just the beginning for you now to go all the way to the top.
I'm just writing another chapter of my story, and that's what's beautiful is I'm young. You know, I've got a lot of years left in me, and I'm hungry. That fire's burning, that mana, and that you know, that mana's in the furnace, and it's lit up. And yeah, now we're just gonna do what we've always known. I've always known I was born to do this, but it's just little things that get emotional talking about it because it's a tough road being a fighter, but we do it because we love it. You know, Adi Severe said it best. You don't chase titles, you chase courage. And yeah, even though there's a lot of pressure on me, I go towards it. I put it on my back, and when it all works out, it's all worth it.
Modi Ora, brother, couldn't be more proud of you. Enjoy this moment, enjoy some well-earned time off as well.
Yeah.
Maybe a party, I don't know.
No, we're going down to Queenstown for my wife's 30th next weekend, so it'd be nice to see the kids, just spend time with them, spend time with what's important, and then obviously spend time with my wife and give back that time, you know, that time that is, you have to be selfish in the sport, but yeah, you got to know when it is time to give it back, know that it's appreciated, you know, all that, the people around you that are helping you prepare, make sure that they know, let your people know that you love them and that you're here. And yeah, we'll take time away, but then we'll get back to work. I want to have an active year this year and mahia to mahi, there's work to be done.
Right, mahia to mahi, and we'll see you on the next one.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay, well, that is us for another week. Dan, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence after what has been a little bit of a rest period for you.
Yeah, no trouble. I'm bored. I was you were like, oh, I'm sure you're having a rest. I was like, no, I'm bored. I was like, let's do it.
You're on school runs.
Yeah, I'm on school pickup duty. I'm like, get me out of here. Get me back to work. I'm going back to the gym.
Well, it's appreciated. Thank you so much for joining me as always. And whānau, next on the list, UFC 306. It's O'Malley Merab for the Noche special. You don't want to miss that. Head over now to Sky Arena to book that. That is on Sunday, September the 15th. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. Hei konama.